Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Ganana Andva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavenam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Shrunvannodipase Dasaran ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्ते दसादनं प्रणो देवे सरस्वती वाजिदेवते देनामवित्रयवद गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम शांति 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 ओम जयन्ती मंगलकाली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवदात्रे स्वाहा स्वादा नमस्तुते ओम त्रिपुराय च विद्महे महाभैरव्यै च धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात् ओम साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ओम शांति 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 Saram Tom Saram from Malaysia. Good to
Sairam Sharma, Sairam from New Zealand.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
So we miss you. We miss Lynn. Yeah.
Everyone misses Lynn. We get calls from all over the world praying for her and wanting to talk with her, but she's not quite talking at the moment with people. She's in recovery, and she is recovering very well, but very slowly. And so we have to be patient with this and just allow the Swami's time to occur and, keep patient and keep praying for her. But she's looking better almost every day. I see a brightness come back in her face, and she's getting used to my terrible cooking, Sharma, and she's eating a little better now and trying to do a little bit of exercise, which is good.
Yeah.
As most people know, she had 3 operations in a row, and she was in ICU for 3 months. So that's a very serious situation. She had a full hip replacement, and she was in recovery, and then they discovered that her stomach had popped up through the diaphragm and was sitting up near her chest. And when she took some food the day after the hip surgery, it went down the wrong windpipe into her lungs. And so an emergency broke out at the hospital, and they had to drag her into ICU and sort of somehow clear the muck out from in her lungs and start the procedure to have her on equipment and gear alive. So this was very serious. They couldn't operate right away. And when they did eventually operate, they could only do a temporary measure to bring the stomach back down through the diaphragm and stitch it in place, but it was a temporary measure. And they did tell us that a second surgery would be required, which happened about a week or 2 later. And with that last surgery, they anchored the stomach in the right position, and she's been recovering from that ever since. So there was an operation on the esophagus, which is quite serious, and surgery there, and she's been recovering from this. And it does take some months to recover fully from the esophagus operation. And Lynn is true to form. She's doing her very best, and everyone's praying nicely for her. We do see a lovely result coming. So there is good hope for the future for Lenny. And thank you to all of the listeners who have so patiently and graciously sent their prayers to Lenny. It is so much appreciated. From right around the world, you have no idea. And all of the organisations here within New Zealand, when they hold bhajans, they do little prayer sessions. So it's very, very touching. So all hope is high. So Lynn sleeps a lot. She's in bed sleeping a good deal at the time, like she's sleeping now. We went out to the village, our local village, which is an hour's drive away. We went there this morning and did a bit of grocery shopping, and then of course it's an hour drive back. So she's pretty exhausted and she's sleeping now. And I've got the fan on blowing nice cool air over her, and she's quite comfortable.
Thank you.
So you had a query, did you not, about the 21 ohms?
Yes, that's what. Thank you. Before we proceed to the talk today, Thank you to give the acknowledgement of about Lynn, what really happened, because our viewers here don't know in really what happened, because I've been posting the before the our video starts. I've been editing it in, putting it a bit of information of
Yeah.
what's Lynn's health at the moment, because I don't want to alarm anyone or anything.
No.
So I just put a couple of minutes, like whatever you have given me, based on that.
Yeah.
Or Karen, Lynn's sister, has been with me. Karen and you have been with me throughout this hard moment, and I'm very very thankful to Swami
Mm.
especially, and to Karen and to you. And this is Swami's miracle. Swami is the
He's the
most
me.
Swami is the most merciful one. He's the most merciful one. He is the mother. He is the father. He is everything that I know. So
Very true.
yeah. So thank you so much for this information. I'm not sure about the audio, because I'm doing this recording with limited resources. To say I don't have a proper podcast mic for now, so I will thinking of purchasing it later on. So for that, viewers, I'm sorry for the bad sound, because right here with Lynn and me working with each other, um, uh, only we know how hard it is to exactly follow Swami's instruction, and not to butt in our own egos and our own ideas. So
That's right.
that's why even the current logo of the YouTube channel has been changed, because I just would want to follow Swami's instruction. So
Yeah.
that's it. And Manish and me have been working with the logo, and you have showed that logo to Lynn, and she has make this happen. So yeah, uh,
Yeah, very good.
this is awesome. So the talk today is about uh, the significance of Om, 21 ohms, and why
Mm.
we should chant it at 4 a.m. During the Brahma Muhurtam.
Uh-huh. I didn't know that it had to be chanted at 4 a.m. I did not know that. Mm.
So
In fact, these little talks should tell you how little I know about Swami's teachings, Sharma. So, for a Westerner to be telling an Indian person something about Swami's teachings just doesn't ring true to me. You people probably know more about this than I will ever know, because you're raised that way. We were not raised like this.
that's true.
We've only got what we picked up in our later years by studying Swami's teachings. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know very little about the subject. I know that Swami has said that Om announces the Lord's presence. It's the verbal symbol of God.
Yeah,
He has said that much.
yeah, and there's one other few questions that it can be a topic that I was thinking. Since we did a talk before on Jack Hislop, Lynn has done a talk on Jack Hislop, and Jack Hislop has told Lynn what is the significance of Swami's chair, putting a Swami's chair, how important it
Oh,
is. I'm not sure whether you know about that or not, but
no, I didn't know about that. No.
so yeah, so actually I just wanted to go with the flow. I thought
Yeah.
whatever question that I had, if you know, you can tell me. If not, it's fine, because
Yeah.
this is more like a conversation format. It's not like
Yeah, well,
how Lynn does. What Lynn and I did was like a library, and
that's right.
like
Well,
it's
what I know about the Om is that its purpose is basically to purify the perceptions of the sheath surrounding the body. And so one chants the Om be it 21 times or more or less, whatever one does. At 4 a.m., I was not aware it had to be done at 4 a.m. ideally. But these purifications affect the different aspects of the human system. So they can relieve some people from physical and mental ailments when chanted correctly. So these are very, very beneficial things. Apparently the frequency of the Om, when it's chanted correctly, affects the nervous system. And as it affects the nervous system, it affects the rest of the body as well. It's on just the right frequency. The Om is just the right frequency to do this. So that's kind of what I've picked up over the years. It seems to clear the energy around one, and if there are any blocks left, any negative energy, the prana then begins to flow freely, and it leads to a higher state, a heightened state of mindfulness when the Om is chanted. It's quite a remarkable thing, because what I used to do years ago when I was working, I would get home here in the morning about 6 o'clock and drive into town to my office, and that's an hour's drive. So what I used to do to kill the boredom was I had a tape cassette of Swami chanting the Om. And I used to put this on when I left my house here in Karikari. And by the time I got to the city an hour later, the whole car was vibrating with the Om. And I could actually, when I turned the ignition off, when I got to my office, I could actually reach out and touch the dashboard of the car, or I could touch the side door panel to which I'm sitting next to, and I could feel vibrations of the Om coming through the vehicle.
Wow.
So it made me realize that this Om is a lot more powerful than just affecting the human nervous system. This affects everything in the universe. And I used to laugh to myself because I'd turned the keys off, but the car was still vibrating violently from the Om for having it blasting full blast for an hour as I drove into town. So I used to be quite amused by this, and I'd go into the office smiling my head off, and people would think I was crazy, you know. Hey, Tom, this is Monday morning. You're not supposed to be smiling like that. And what's going on? You know, oh, it's okay, you know. I have a little secret.
Yeah, right.
But that amazed me that the Om could affect the vehicle like that, the car. It seemed to really appreciate the Om being blasted through the speaker system for an hour.
Wow. Wow. I didn't. So it's definitely Swami's guidance for me to start with the Om, because I didn't know that you would have this kind of experience. But wow, this is amazing, Tom.
Yeah, you should try it. You should try it sometime when you're going on a journey, and if you have nothing else, no one in the car talking, just put the Om on and let it go for a long time and turn it up loud and just see how your car is when you stop.
Wow. But
The car is alive. The car is, after all, alive, you know.
Yeah. This is amazing. Wow. But the thing is, we should get silence first, which is very rare in this world right now at the current situation.
Well, that was why I did it in the car, because it was an hour opportunity to have the Om playing very loudly and to allow it to affect me, which it did, of course. But I had no idea it would affect the metal and the vinyl and the engine of the car. No idea that it would do that at all. That the car would definitely hum and vibrate physically. You could feel it through your fingers.
Wow.
Yes.
This is, in our channel, the intro of the video that we have put it on, it's actually Swami saying Om. I think so, when you watch our videos, but
Yeah.
wow, now I understand why only the Om was selected, not the whole Gayatri mantra that Swami chants.
Yes.
For me, the Om alone
Well,
is enough.
when Lynn was in hospital in ICU and things were very serious, she got pneumonia. She got pneumonia through the system of what they were treating her through. I think they call it what do they call it? Arterial pneumonia. It's through the system of the pipe, the tubes going into your throat. And it was very, very serious. They took some time to identify the exact type of pneumonia, and then they had treated accordingly. And on 2 occasions, the doctors pulled me and my family aside, my brother and my sister who were with me, and they told us, look, you guys, it's our duty to prepare you for the fact that Lynn might not be with us in the morning. It is so serious, this pneumonia. It is touch and go. And this happened to us twice during the period that she was in ICU. And what we did was we had a CD brought in of Swami chanting the Gayatri mantra, and we asked permission for it to be played in the ICU ward, which they gave us permission, and we put it on a little tape recorder, a CD player, and put it at the top of her bed and played it throughout the whole ward, day and night, Swami chanting the Gayatri mantra. And so all of the other patients and all of the other doctors and nurses who were in the ward heard it day and night. And many of them came to me the next day, apart from the Indian doctors who were very, very happy. They knew what it was. But some of the other doctors didn't. And they came and asked me, what was that beautiful music you were playing during the night? And I had to explain the Gayatri mantra to them, and they loved it. And of course, all of the other patients in the room got the benefit from it too. There were 7 or 8 patients in this very large ICU ward at the North Shore Hospital in Auckland. And so for the first time, I think the Gayatri has been chanted night and day, 24 hours, while Lynn was in there. And it was extraordinary. It made the atmosphere so beautiful. And it could have had a good deal to do with her coming through and surviving.
Wow, this is amazing. I have no words, Tom. I don't have any.
Yeah, I know. Well, I love miracles. I'm very accepting of miracles, and I'll take all I can get.
Well, when you called me, especially, when you said that the doctors gave Lynn's possessions back to you, and they said that
Yes, they did.
that she won't be in the morning. She's no more in the morning, or she's going to go in the morning. So
That's right.
at that moment when you said that, I was I didn't sleep. I went through. I don't know what I can do, but so then it was I think it was a Wednesday when you told me, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was a Friday night. So you told me, and then the Saturday early morning, I texted my friend, who used to drive me to the center here for bhajans, and she said, I'm available to fetch you. And I was like, wow, Swami is,
Yeah.
Swami is, he really is God.
Yes, of course.
So
There's nowhere where Swami is not. This is what we have to remember.
yes,
I mean, if you're looking north, Swami is there. If you're looking south, Swami's there. There's nowhere you can hide from Swami. If you know a good place to hide, you go there and hide. And what are you going to find when you get to your hideout? You're going to find Swami there, embracing you as always. Swami is everywhere at all times, present everywhere at all times.
so
You must remember that.
so when you told me about all of this, and after Lynn was healed with Swami's grace and everything, I thought to myself that we have read of Walter Cowan's book, his story, that how Swami resurrected Walter Cowan before. So, but
Yes.
that is a story. I mean, that really happened, but I was not in it physically, or I didn't know that person as a person. But here,
Yes.
when with Lynn and you and Karen, whatever the 3 of you was going through, I was able to witness. I was like, my God, this is the same.
Yes.
This is the same thing that Walter Cowan, Swami did to Walter Cowan.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my
Yes, he's had his hand in everything here. There's no question about it. But we just have to be patient and allow it to take the time that he wants. And we have to put aside our expectations of what we want and just allow Swami to have full control of this, which he does.
This is it's lovely talking to you, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
So that's the current situation. So we remain very hopeful for Lynn's progress, and we just look after her and love her just the same as when she was very active, and keep her fed and washed and bathed and entertained a little bit. And my cooking is getting a little bit better, but it's still not very good.
It's okay.
Yeah. So we're surviving by Swami's grace.
So
that's about all I know on the 21 Om. There's actually an awful lot on the 21 Oms online. If you go online, you can find a good deal of Swami talking about it on YouTube.
But yeah, I'm happy that I asked you the question. You might not know the terms properly or anything, or the teachings what Swami have said, but he has given you that experience instead of the knowing the teachings specifically. So I'm very grateful and thankful for this talk that Swami has given. I think we have spoken like a good half an hour or 20 minutes.
Okay, very good.
So I think we shall stop here.
Very good.
Sairam.
Sairam, thank you.
Om Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Rakcha Saishvara Hari Om Tat Satri Saishvara Arpanamastu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.